Hey guys, it's Todd with Empire Music and EmpireMusicOnline.com. For today's Nuts and Bolts segment, I wanted to talk a little bit about fingerboards. We get asked a lot about the types of fingerboard and what would be better, what's the difference, and so forth. So I have 4 examples of the 4 most popular or widely used fingerboards. For these examples, I'm using our Fender guitars. So first off, we have the maple. One of the most commonly used fingerboards. What are the advantages of maple? So maple is a hardwood, very hardwood, so it's very durable. Especially not only under the playing conditions, but just the weather conditions. It's just a very strong wood. It can either come as a one-piece or in other models you'll get a maple neck with a maple fingerboard. I mean, it's still, sonically it's going to be the same. I think it's just, one piece is just like it is one piece of wood. So that's going to be a little more durable than a fingerboard that's actually resting on the back of a neck. So you may find in a lot of the custom shop model Fenders, just one piece maple necks for their strength. But aside from that, sonically they're going to be bright, because of the hardwood nature. They feel smooth under the fingers because maple is very poreless, I guess if that's even a word. There's not much pores, or many pores I should say, in maple, so it feels real smooth under the fingers. Like I said, sonically it's going to be on the brighter side of things. So if you're looking for a snappier tone, a little brighter tone from the guitar, maple is an excellent choice. You do find this a lot on Telecasters. It seems to be the preferable wood on a Tele for those characteristics. So, and then the other cool thing about maple is, usually you're getting the natural look of it, which is, can be a shade of lighter to a white to like a yellower shade. What's neat, you get into some of the custom shop models, you can get into the tinting aspect, which it starts to get darker. So you can kind of, you can change the look of maple to fit your cosmetic need. So that's maple. The second, which is probably the most familiar and popular, is rosewood. Rosewood is a softer wood, so it's porous. So it's going to feel softer under the fingers, and it's going to have a warmer sound overall. So maple, I would describe as snappy, rosewood warmer. Now, because of the porous nature of the wood, it is susceptible to drying, especially under dry conditions. So unlike maple, you don't have to oil a maple fingerboard. You do with a rosewood to protect it. If you don't, you could then it could be susceptible of cracking and drying, which you don't want. But I think a lot of guys prefer rosewood because of the feel, the sound, and the look. It seems to be, when you come into our shop, at least 60 to 70% of the guitars, electrics we have a rosewood. So it definitely shows that rosewood is probably the most popular and most used, again, sonically and cosmetically. So that brings me to my next one, which it's not, you don't see it commonly used, but it's starting to come more often, especially because of the CITES and the endangerment of rosewood, and that's being more guarded now. This is Palfaro. It kind of looks like rosewood, but it isn't, of course. It's I'm pretty sure it's harvested in Bolivia, and it has that brown kind of look like rosewood, but to me it's a lighter brown, almost maybe on the orange side of things, and it's really stripy. So they use Palfaro to kind of give that look of rosewood. It does have a softer sound, maybe not as warm as rosewood. I would maybe call it the in-between maple rosewood, but you're going to find it mostly on the Player series or the non-American made Fenders. Some guys actually love Palfaro, even on a higher price guitar. I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan used Palfaro on his fingerboards, so obviously he really liked the sound and feel of it. So it's going to feel a little, smooth, not as smooth as maple, but it's going to have that rosewood feel, porous. You're still going to want to oil it. Again, it could be susceptible to drying and cracking. So Palfaro is a nice alternative to rosewood. Let's put it like that. And then finally, we have Evany. Let me grab from here. Now, Evany, you're going to find, at least on the Fenders in the Elite series, you'll find Evany on pretty much every high-end acoustic, whether it be Taylor or Martin or anything else. Evany is definitely the preferred wood for acoustic guitars, and you find it a lot on the higher-end electrics. Evany is similar to maple in terms of its feel. It's very hard and it's very smooth, which gives it a nice feel. And then with its, you know, whether it's dark or striped in this case, has a really nice look to it as well. Some guys who don't prefer the look of maple, but want that maple feel, Evany is the best alternative. So you're kind of getting that darkness of the rosewood, but you're getting that sonic quality of the maple. So it's a nice mix of the two. But like the Palfaro and rosewood, it is susceptible to humidity, so you still have to oil the Evany as well. Again, maple's the only board you don't have to oil, but the other three definitely, or you can have some problems with that. So that's kind of a real basic rundown of the fingerboards, but by all means come in and try them out. You will find the one that you like best. Again, I can't say one's better than the other. It's really preference. So we have a lot of guitars here with all four styles of fingerboards. So feel free to come in, check them out, play them. If you have any other questions, we're always here. I'm always here. Again, this is Todd with Empire Music and Empire Music Online. Until next time, see ya.